2010. Boeing's engineering teams have a clean sheet narrowbody ready to launch. American Airlines is in discussions. The economics are right. The timing is right. Then, American calls Airbus instead and orders the A320neo. The re-engined version of the aircraft Boeing was about to make obsolete. Boeing panics. It re-engines the 737 instead. The result is the MAX. 14 years later, Boeing CEO Kelly Ortberg tells Aviation Week that the market for a next-generation narrowbody is less ready than it was a year ago and that the time frame is moving to the right. Airbus CEO Guillaume Faury, in a separate interview, is asked to respond to Ortberg's statement. His one-word answer? Perfect. The gap between those two sentences is the entire Boeing problem. Boeing needs a new narrowbody. Every analysis of the competitive landscape says so. Airbus holds a backlog of 7,657 narrowbody aircraft against Boeing's 4,823. Airbus dominates the A321neo segment that Boeing has no answer to. Airlines are buying Airbus narrowbodies to replace aircraft Boeing used to own. The case for a new aircraft is unambiguous. But here is the catch. Boeing doesn't have the engineers, the cash, or the credibility with airlines to launch the program right now. And those three constraints are not independent of each other. They compound. Subscribe if you want to understand the most consequential aircraft decision Boeing will make in a generation, and why the company making it is least equipped to make it well right now. In 2010, American Airlines had never ordered an Airbus narrowbody. When American's then CEO Gerard Arpey called Boeing with an ultimatum, either develop a new aircraft or offer a re-engined 737, Boeing chose the MAX. The logic was defensible. A new aircraft would have taken a decade and cost tens of billions. The MAX could be launched quickly and still win the American order. The decision meant Boeing was selling a derivative of a 1960s airframe, while Airbus was selling a genuinely re-engined aircraft with better fuel economics on the longest routes. The A321neo captured the upper narrowbody market. The A321XLR is now extending that dominance to transatlantic flying. Boeing has no equivalent. The 757 is out of production. The NMA was studied and shelved. The gap in Boeing's product line between the MAX 10 and the 787 is now one of the most valuable unserved market segments in commercial aviation. Ortberg knows the history. He described the new program as more focused on a next-generation single-aisle family than a return to the NMA concept. The aircraft being studied is larger than the MAX 10, closer in size to the out-of-production 757 with significantly more advanced wings, longer, thinner profiles with folding tips, and tube and turbofan architecture rather than the open rotor concept that airlines have already rejected on safety and certification grounds. The target entry into service is the mid-2030s. The target launch decision is 2030. That is the plan. Now here are the three catches. The first catch is the engineers. A new aircraft program requires a peak engineering workforce of thousands of highly specialized designers, systems engineers, and certification experts. Boeing's workforce was reduced significantly during COVID and has not fully rebuilt. The 787 production crisis, the MAX certification aftermath, and the door plug incident all consumed engineering capacity that would otherwise be available for a new program. Ortberg paused the X-66 transonic truss-braced wing demonstrator, a $1.5 billion NASA partnership, because Boeing cannot run a speculative research program and a production recovery simultaneously. The engineers needed for the new program are currently needed to fix what already exists. The second catch is the cash. Boeing carries approximately $50 billion in total debt. It loses money on every 787 it delivers. The MAX and 777X certification delays have consumed capital that was supposed to fund the next program. A new narrowbody program will consume between $30 and $50 billion before first delivery. Boeing does not have that capital available. It would need to raise it through equity issuance, further borrowing, or sustained free cash flow from aircraft deliveries that it is not yet generating reliably. Ryanair CEO Michael O'Leary, Boeing's largest European customer, said publicly that Boeing should focus on producing existing models in greater volume rather than launching new design programs. He is not speaking as an aviation romantic. He is speaking as a customer who needs delivery slots, not product announcements. The first catch compounds the second. Every engineer working on production recovery is an engineer not working on the new design. Every delayed MAX 7 or 777X certification is cash not available for the next program. The constraints are not sequential, they are simultaneous. Boeing needs this aircraft, but launching it wrong would be worse than launching it late. Drop it below if you think Boeing can thread this, and subscribe. The third catch is credibility. After the MAX crashes, the door plug blowout, the 787 production halt, and the intensified post-MAX FAA certification scrutiny, airlines are not rushing to place launch orders with Boeing on an unproven design. Launch orders are what fund a new aircraft program's early development. Airlines commit to purchasing a minimum number of aircraft before the program officially begins, providing the revenue certainty that justifies the capital commitment. Without launch orders, there is no program. Ortberg said airline customers are focused on improving the on-wing performance of existing engines rather than on new platforms. That is partially true and partially a diplomatic way of saying airlines are not currently willing to bet on Boeing's ability to deliver a new aircraft on schedule and at promised specifications. The MAX took 2 iterations and a certification crisis. The 787 was nearly a decade late. The 777X has been delayed so many times that Boeing's delivery promises carry a discount factor that airlines now apply automatically to any new program announcement. The credibility problem compounds the cash problem. If airlines won't commit to launch orders, Boeing can't fund the program. If Boeing can't fund the program, the timeline slips. If the timeline slips, Airbus selects its engine in 2027, the supply chain orients toward Airbus, and Boeing is again in the position of reacting to an Airbus initiative rather than leading with its own. Airbus CEO Faury said it directly. If Boeing moves much later, that is their problem. And then he described Airbus ramping up engineering resources for its own next-generation narrowbody, the NGSA, with engine selection targeted for 2027 and service entry in the mid-2030s. If Airbus launches first and locks up supplier commitments, Boeing enters the race with a structural disadvantage on every component it needs to procure. Ortberg's read of the situation is that the market isn't ready. Airlines are focused on the aircraft they already have on order. New engine programs are dealing with teething problems. Pratt & Whitney GTF issues grounded fleets of A320neos, and the industry is not eager to repeat that experience with an unproven next-generation engine on an unproven airframe. The window for launching a new aircraft, Ortberg is saying, has not yet opened. The question is whether Boeing's delay makes the window open earlier or close faster. Boeing got the MAX because it reacted to Airbus rather than leading. It got the door plug blowout because production quality deteriorated while the business was focused on cost reduction. It is now studying the most important aircraft decision in a generation while simultaneously trying to certify 2 MAX variants, deliver 777XS, rebuild its production system, and service $50 billion in debt. The 3 constraints aren't separate: engineers, cash, credibility, and they compound in both directions. Each one makes the other 2 harder to solve, and solving any one first creates breathing room for the others to follow. Ortberg knows this. The 5-year decision timeline he described is not procrastination. It is an honest assessment of what Boeing needs to resolve before it can commit billions. It doesn't have to a program it needs to execute perfectly this time. The man cleaning up 4 consecutive crises is being asked when he will start a 5th project. The aircraft Boeing is studying will be the most consequential aircraft it has built since the 747. Whether it gets built and when, and whether Boeing or Airbus leads, that is the aviation story of the next decade. Drop a like if the 3 constraints land differently than you expected.